Morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Chalo. I hope Uday, Amit, and you both have done with the previous lectures. Have you done all the three? Okay. Three. The one was only about the concepts of your gross total income and all that things.
Third one is a little bit pending, ma'am. 30 minutes.
Okay, not an issue because today we are going to start something new. So it will not be giving you any problem with that.
Okay.
Now we are starting with the First of all, you all note down your task for today. Task for today is whatever question I have given you yesterday in the test. Again, you have to solve those questions, but now the timer would be exactly 1 hour only. In exact 1 hour, you have to solve entire question. Don't check out. I hope you have checked your answer now. What you have done and what should be done. Have you done that?
I didn't find the questions in the brain teaser. I
Ma'am,
couldn't
please tell
find the
the
question.
question numbers, ma'am.
432. I will give you the question numbers.
Or the
Okay.
page number. Yeah.
So that only in 1 hour you have to do that. And then hoping that you are maintaining that time sheet. You are not ignoring that what is the timer given and what you are taking. Only then in revision you will improve. Otherwise, no sense of keeping the mark that you don't know what time you have taken previously and now what time you are taking. Okay. So the task is within 1 hour, complete that completely under exam condition. Okay. Full presentation, everything. Why I am giving you this? First of all, you should analyze whatever is the answer. You can do that. But after that, without seeing, you have to what? After that, without seeing, you have to again solve it. What is the purpose of that? Let me check. Have you improved? Good morning, Mohit. Let me check. Have you improved? Just from one attempt. Okay. So we have to check our own improvement by time. We have to check our own improvement in presentation. We have to check our own improvement in speed and understanding the question. And if you would be surprised to know already all the questions of residential status are that only. So already we have done the questions of residential status. You at least know what are the types of questions given in the book. Okay. Mohit, is it audible now? Okay. So now we are going to start with another topic, that is scope of income. Is scope of income little bit linked with the residential status? Obviously, it is completely linked with the residential status. The first step in any question of DT, the very first step in any of the question of DT should be to analyze the type of person. Once I got to know he is individual, once I got to know you are HUF, you are firm, you are company, and we already know those who have done this thing. Question number 1 is 99% domestic company only, including all the adjustments of PGBP. So domestic company, all the adjustments of PGBP, either to apply MAT or not apply MAT, only wholesale. These are the concepts that are being included in your question number 1. So very first thing, identify the type of person, individual, HUF, AOP, UI, firm, artificial person, whatever. Second is check, he is resident or non-resident. Because if he is resident, his global income will be taxable. Scope of income, very wide. You are the member of our family. From wherever you earn the income, pay us the part of it. India is a family, you are a member of family, you are resident of family. From wherever you earn anything, pay us the part of it. Mohit, getting? Now, after this, when I know the scope of income for residential, the one who is resident and ordinary resident, the person who is resident and ordinary resident, for them, entire global income is taxable. Very simple. Second is the person who is resident, but not an ordinary resident. we came to know that only two are the persons who are possibly resident and not an ordinary resident. The two are individual and HUF. How can I identify only two person are resident and not an ordinary resident? Because only for two person you check the additional conditions. Only for individual you check the additional condition, and only for HUF, for Karta, HUF and Karta, you check the additional condition. That is why I came to know that only two persons are possibly resident and not an ordinary resident. Coming to resident and not an ordinary resident, whatever income they earn in India, where you are earning income in India only, your income will be taxable. Income accrue in India, the income has arisen in India only. Again, the nexus lies in India. For you also, the income is taxable. But what about the business? My business is outside India. But if you are controlling your business or you are having profession set up in India, then resident and not an ordinary resident, on that business income, even though the income is earned outside India, but you are controlling it from India. The word control is very important. The word control is very important. If you have control of business in India, if you have profession set up in India, only for resident and not an ordinary resident, only for you, even though everything is outside, earning outside, accrue outside, everything outside, control kidhar? Control in India. That means income will be liable to tax. Okay. And then non-resident, what about you? You are also not the part of India, but if you are earning something in India, nexus is completely in India. If your income accrue in India, arise in India, obviously nexus is in India. In that case, that income that accrue in India, arise in India, receive in India, accrue in India, arise in India, receive in India, everything will be taxable in India. Only in case of non-resident, I'm talking about you now. Now, what about business? If non-resident's business is outside India, he is earning outside India, receiving outside India, accrue outside India, but now comes the keyword. Your business connection is in India. For resident and not an ordinary resident, it was business ka control. But for non-resident, it is business ka connection that is in India. Remember this thing? In last class, we have discussed this thing already. So for resident and not an ordinary resident, I will see your control. But for non-resident, I will see even a little connection is there, na? Even a little connection is there. Come, pay tax. Are you getting? So business connection is a wide term. It is not just business ka connection. What is business connection? It is a wide term. We have to understand very particularly what is business ka connection. So till of now, I understood one thing. Global income of resident, anyhow taxable. Whatever is the reason you earn outside, where I am not concerned. If you are resident of India, just pay the taxes. Then comes resident and not an ordinary resident. Then comes what? Resident and not an ordinary resident. If income received in India, accrue in India, arise in India, taxable. If your business controlled in India, profession set up in India, even though you are getting income outside India, again it is taxable. For non-resident, everything outside India, even you are outside India, but if you have business connection in India, your income will be taxable in India. And apart from that, income received in India, accrue in India, that is also taxable for you non-resident because you are earning from India. So it is simple logic only. Simple logic. You have to remember only one thing. Not an ordinary resident, control of business. And for non-resident, connection of business is important. These two things. The rest is just common sense. कि अगर India में you are earning thing, obviously for everyone taxable. Right? Now, moving ahead. This is nothing but this is scope of income. But Department of Income Tax is not satisfied only with this thing. Now they introduces the concept of deemed. What is deemed? Actually, it is not received in India. Actually, it has not accrued in India. Actually, it has not arisen even though in India, but deemed. We will deem to be accrue in India, deemed to be arise in India, deemed to be received in India. That means actually received in India, That is a different concept. Now, deemed to be received, deemed to be accrued, deemed to arise in India is a different concept. Now, where I will find here deemed wala section? Section number 7, deemed to receive in India. Section 7 covers deemed to receive in India concept. And section number 9 covers deemed to accrue, arise in India. Be very wise with this. Have you understood this flow only? Everyone good with the flow right now? Now, when I'm talking about deemed, would I apply this section 7 and section 9 on a resident and ordinary resident? Would I apply this section 7 and this section 9 on resident and ordinary resident? Tell me yes or no. Why?
Because already global income is included.
Already global income taxable. That means if an individual is resident, oh, don't even write this thing section 7 and section 9 ka reference. It would be a blunder over there. Remove that. If a person is resident and not an ordinary resident, would I apply the concept on this? Think wisely. Think. Would I apply resident and ordinary resident, not an ordinary resident? Exactly. Now it makes the sense now, whether it is deemed or not, because actually you are not part of India. When you are not part of India, we have to check whether any nexus is coming from India. If direct nexus comes from India, that means you are directly earning in India, directly arise in India, directly accrue in India. That is a direct thing. But deemed means we assume that actually it has been earned in India. So it is for not an ordinary resident also. It is for non-resident also. Are you clear with the application level? Where to apply this concept of section 7, section 9? We will not apply to resident who is ordinary, already global taxable. Actually, the concept is only for not an ordinary and non-resident. Now, I will make you write all the steps. Just listen to me properly. Everything we will write. Now comes the concept of section number 9, and the concepts of section number 9 is very, very, very wide, as well as many a times I found in every batch. This is my third batch for life. In every batch, I find students keep on repeating once more. So pay attention. Okay. The first thing about section number 9, it is applicable to resident, non-resident, and not an ordinary resident. Now, what is the basis of this section? Nexus. They are indirectly checking the nexus, not direct. Direct is actually receive, actually accrue wala. They are indirectly checking the relation, the nexus in India. How is it possible? See. Now they say, suppose you are having business outside India. Okay, I am having business outside India. You earn income from business outside India. You receive income of that business outside India. Every activity outside India, but the control is in India. Acha, the connection is in India. Arey, you are having the connection from India. What is connection? You have appointed an agent in India to provide you what? The customers. When the agent is in India, independent agent, everything we will understand. But you are having an agent in India. When you are having an agent in India, that means connection is in India. Are you getting? The indirect relation is coming from India. Actually, the customers are from India. However, you are receiving outside India. Everything is outside India. Business also outside India. But agent kidhar? Agent in India. In that case, the indirect PGBP income will be taxable in India also. And let me go to a little bit linkage. When this income is taxable in India also, this income will also be taxable outside India also. Here comes the chapter, double tax avoidance agreement. Getting? So, first of all, check the residential status. If it is non-resident, apply section number 9. For PGBP, check his business connection. If his business connection is in India And business connection means he has appointed an agent in India. An agent should be an independent agent. Now, what is independent agent? Independent agent means he is whole soul working for that non-resident only. Suppose I am an agent and you all are non-resident. I am just securing clients for Uday also, for Abhishek also, for Amit also, for Ram also, for Akansha also, Mohit also. Everyone I am securing the what? Customers. That means I am not independent. I am not an independent agent. I am working for you. That means for every non-resident who is coming, I will work. That is not business connection. Business connection means wholly, solely you will work for me, or mainly you will work for me. There is a difference between wholly and mainly. Wholly means 100% you will work for me only. And mainly 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. थोड़ा बहुत किसी के लिए okay. Little bit is okay for others. But substantially you are working only for me. That is your independent agent. He relies on you. Whatever order you give, he works only for you. Substantially works for you. थोड़ा बहुत किसी और के लिए. Getting? So if that non-resident is having business connection in India, your independent agent is in India, substantially the order you are securing from India only. So how can I not say that PGBP income should be taxable in India also? Getting the logic? And that is so correct. Anyone having doubt on this only understanding part? Anyone having any doubt? Jaina, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Then second, it is about PGBP. Now they have covered other source also. They have covered capital gain also. They have covered salary also. Now how they are covering each and every head. PGBP clear? How they have covered on the basis of business connection for non-resident. Second, I am talking about they have covered capital gain also. Now how they have covered capital gain? Capital gain means either investment has been done where? Investment actually in India. You are having investment, shares of Indian company you have purchased, bond of Indian company you have purchased, debentures, whatever the investment, that is in India. But receiving interest, receiving dividend outside India. So that means where is the indirect nexus? The investment is actually in India. However, you are receiving outside India, accrue outside India, everything outside India, but it will be deemed to be received in India, deemed to be approved in India. Understanding the concept? That means actually, 1 minute, Ram. Actually, receipt is outside India. On their account, they are receiving everything is outside India. But indirect nexus is coming from India. Investment is there in India only. Yes, Ram.
Ma'am, my doubt is if in that case they are taxing this money, but the foreign investors will be, they don't have motivation to invest in India, right?
So,
Like
no,
securities.
you have to wait for that because in MAT also they have given some things. They have exempted some income also that we will see later on. They have given some exemptions. They have given even credit also. DTAA have credit also. They wouldn't get double taxed.
Okay.
Okay, so that will come in double tax avoidance agreement. That is what double tax avoidance. Okay. So basically, we have understood two things. PGBP also deemed to accrue or rise in India if connection in India. Your capital gain is also taxable in India if investment is in India. Now, I have a house property. Where? I have a house property actually in India. Now, Chris Gale and say Lady Gaga. Chris Gale sold that house property to Lady Gaga. Both of them never visited India. They are not visiting India but have a property in India. Now, who has sold? Gale has sold to whom? Lady Gaga. All the transactions were outside India. All the payments were outside India. Everything is outside India. Now, what will happen? Suppose at the time when that property was purchased, it was for suppose 50 crore. Now, when Chris Gale sold it, it was for 80 crore. Bhai, you have earned capital gain and property is in India. Everything outside India, receive outside India, accrue outside India, everything outside India. But still, where is the property? India. That means again the capital gain will be taxable in India also. Now again will come the double tax avoidance agreement later. Are you getting how they are making everything taxable in India? Then again now other source for house property income. This was capital gain, now house property. Now again, who? Angelina Jolie. She is having house property there in India. She has given the house property to whom? Suppose some other person from outside India, he is also a non-resident, she has given on rent to him. Rent is received outside India, everything outside India, but property is situated in India. So house property income will also be taxable in India. Why? Because that property, you are earning house property income that is situated in India. Other sources, if that nexus of other sources in India, even though you're receiving everything outside India, but that will again be taxable in India. Now about salary. Actually, government is paying salary to a person who is non-resident, that is embassy. Now embassies actually reside outside India. They rarely come back to India. They are given salary by whom? Not by that non-resident ki government. We are paying, that is government is paying the salary to them. Salary received outside India. Everything outside India. You are even the non-resident for us. But because my government is paying you salary, deemed to accrue arise in India. So they are direct wala parties, direct receive in India, direct accrue in India, direct. But indirect, they will check the nexus. Specifically, you are saying for non-resident, actually they are saying. Specifically, they are applying section 9 for non-resident. Somewhere at some point, you will find that not an ordinary resident will be seen applying this concept. So substantially, section number 9 dedicated to non-resident only. Somewhere you will find 1-2 points that you can apply this concept over there. So this is the whole thing. Now for investment part, we have to go a little bit in detail, but much of the part that we have to go in detail is business connection. When I talk about business connection, what is business connection? Business connection, as I told you, that for business connection, you should have got an independent agent in India. You should have got an independent agent in India. Now, what is an independent agent? That means he is solely working only for you. Wholly working only for you, or mainly working only for you. That is your independent agent. Are you clear with this concept? Who is an independent agent? Now, after understanding, okay, independent agent I have. Now, what he will do? What are the things he will do? Point number 1, habitually. Point number 1 and keyword. I will make you write. Wait, just listen to the concept, then we will write down everything. Now they are saying habitually that person secures order for you. Habitually is an important word. It is not one time he has done. Suppose a non-resident has called him, please for once talk to that customer for me. And if I found the customer okay, I will do the business with him. It was only once. One time doing is nothing. What is the word? Habitually. He is repeatedly doing this thing for you. So if he habitually secures order for you, and he is giving the authority, you have given him the authority that you would be deciding the conclusive factors of the contract. Are you getting IDT mein what we have done? You can make invoice in my name. You are giving him the substantial power in IDT also, then he becomes your agent. Here also in business connection, independent agent, and you have given him the power that you will decide whether I would conclude this contract or I will not conclude this contract. You decide. If you find the customer is good, relevant, credibility is there, okay, I will enter into the contract. Are you getting? Whenever you pass on the substantial power to the agent, then only the person becomes your agent. Done. So first point they have given in business connection is authority you have given to that person that he will habitually secure order for you. And second, he has been given authority that he will decide the conclusive factors of the contract. He will decide whether a contract is to be done, not to be done, whether the customer is having good credibility or not, everything relies on him. Now, third part. You have not given him the power to decide the contract. You had not asked him to secure orders from you. Don't do this. Now, what he is doing? He is actually maintaining your stock in India. He maintains entire stock in India and he decides to whom the stock should be delivered. your entire stock is maintained by that person in India, and he will decide to whom the stock would be delivered. That means anyhow, he is not into the contract. He is not securing order for you, but he is deciding when and how the stock should be delivered. So deciding factor is on him only. Na? These three factors, anyone will decide that he is your agent or not. Are you getting? So first point, he should be an independent agent. He should be what? An independent agent. Second thing, habitually he secures order for you. Habitually he secures order for you. Then he should be an independent agent who wholly or mainly works for you. Either wholly is working for you or mainly he is working only for you. Then third, he habitually maintains the stock for you. This habitually word comes in every point because he should do this frequently. He habitually maintains stock for you. Okay, and he himself decides when the stock should be delivered, to whom the stock should be delivered. Why I am focusing on this word? You would find that now you can write even though these sentences, and these are the sentences that need to be written in exam. That much short, but covering every keyword. Okay, now that person has been given the authority to conclude the contract. If you give that person authority to conclude the contract, that is your independent agent. Okay, Abhishek? Done? So this is your independent agent. Now what will happen now? NR also know the loopholes of Indian things. Okay, now what they have tried, they say, okay, if I appoint someone directly as an independent agent, India will came to know that this is my independent agent. So what they are trying to find is loophole out of this. But India is ahead of them. Now what they have done, see. First of all, NR say, you are an independent agent. Only you know and I know. But I will not come forward. I control an entity. Entity name is X Limited. I control this X Limited entity. You secure order for them. Actually, I am controlling that entity. You secure order for them. Now, what will happen? India will not come to know that you are an independent agent of a non-resident. In that case, they will not come to know that it should be what taxable in India also. But India has specifically said that if a non-resident controls any entity and this independent agent secures order for that entity, it will be deemed that that non-resident is having business connection in India. What they are doing? Blocking every loophole. That if you are not coming forward, you are making someone other to come forward and do adjustments. It will be deemed that actually you are having what? Business connections in India. Done? So this is little bit about the concept of your business connection. But there are certain things that are not considered to be business connection, even though that is from India only. Now, what are they? And understand the logic of it. Everyone is having compact now. So I will share you the PDF right now after explaining this. First of all, you will read that and then again we will understand the logics of it and analysis. Okay. Now, there are certain things that are not considered to be business connection. Now, what is not considered to be business connection? First thing, understand the logic behind this. Every point is having logic. Point number 1. Purchase of good in India for export. Right now, listen, Mohit. First, listen, I will allot you the time to keep your books. First, purchase of goods in India for export. Remember what they are saying? Purchase of goods in India. Non-resident, are you purchasing goods in India? Yes, I am purchasing goods in India. For what? For export. Suppose you do like this. That a non-resident, you are coming to India, purchasing goods from India for export. It is deemed to be your business connection in India. They would not come to India to purchase the things. Are you getting? So they would not come to India to just purchase the things. If they are purchasing the things, that is good for India. So let them come. That's why they are releasing many things on export. We are releasing, and liberalization in terms of export is more as compared to import. So that is the reason here they have excluded business connection. First, if you are coming to India to purchase good for the purpose of export, are you getting? For the purpose of export, you purchase goods from India, good for India, and then you export those goods. That means other people will also know that these goods are purchased from India. It is nothing but indirect marketing of India. So that is not business connection. That you are not having any PGBP income in India. Don't pay taxes, non-resident. Getting the logic? Second, collection of news. Sit properly, Mohit. You cannot lie down like this in class. Sit properly. Collection of news, views in India for transmission out of India. Areva. Collection of news in India. You are collecting news from India and you transmit that news outside the India. What is the relevance of it? Is India always having negative news? Obviously, no. There are many positive things like Mangal mission, etc., that have been successful in India. If someone is collecting news from India, spreading it outside India, that means you will find it is again marketing for India, advertisement, development of India will get spread, that India is developing now. That is also good. If you say like this, that you are having business connection in India, they won't collect Indian news. तो इंडिया के बारे में लोगों को पता कैसे चलेगा? How people will came to know about India? It is necessary to spread news about India. So that is the reason. Okay, this is also not your business connection in India. Understanding? So purchase of goods from India, export, not business connection. Then collection of news and views in India, spreading outside India, it is also not business connection. Third, you shoot cinematographic film. Means you are shooting the film in India. That is good. But one thing, if you are a company and coming to India to shoot the film, none of the shareholders should be an Indian citizen. He should not be a resident. If someone is a resident, khatam baat, global income taxable. If you are a firm and coming to India to shoot the movie, none of the partners should be resident of India, because one is resident, entire firm taxable in India, while global income is taxable. If you are an individual coming to India, if you are a resident or citizen of India, bhai baat hi khatam ho gayi. Why khatam ho gayi baat? Because you are resident of India. Global income taxable. तुम यहाँ shooting करो movie की और you shoot the movie outside India, doesn't matter. Global income, Indian citizen, you are resident, taxable. Then why they have included this Indian citizen? Remember, if you are an Indian citizen due to domicile, due to resident, not paying taxes anywhere, if your income is more than 15 lakh in India, they will consider that resident and not an ordinary resident. They will make it taxable. Remember that concept. You are an Indian citizen, visit India. He is also visiting India for cinematographic film. He visits India. And if from India earning more than 15 lakh, remember that concept will link over here. Everyone who has done from class number 1, they will find it easy to link that concept. If you are an Indian citizen, you come to India, visit India. Actually, your employment is outside India. Remember, his employment is actually outside India. He is visiting India for shooting the movie. He is visiting India for shooting the movie. Now his visit is in India. And he earns from India more than 15 lakh. It is not foreign income. Now it is Indian income. Indian citizen, all the conditions getting satisfied, and you stay for 120 days, previous 4 years, 365 days, if you remember. So in this case, it will be your income in India taxable. That's why they have given a situation condition over here. If you come to India, shoot movie, no individual should be Indian citizen, no individual should be resident of India. If it is a company, no shareholder should be Indian citizen or resident of India. If that is a firm, no partner should be Indian citizen or resident of India, because if they are, obviously global income will get taxable, and for Indian citizens specific that wale deemed resident wale concept may apply. Getting the logic? 3 things. Purchase of goods in India for export, not a business connection. Collection of news in India and then spreading it outside India, not a business connection. Now you got the logic why not a business connection. Then shooting of the movie shooting in India, none of them should be Indian citizen or Indian resident. Then last point, what is not a business connection? Specifically on this point, they have framed a question. They say in case of a foreign company, if a foreign company is engaged in the business of mining of diamond, see, when it comes to mining of diamond, an individual does not have that much capacity. Mining of diamond requires lot of money. That's why you can easily understand it is only about company. So a foreign company engaged where? Engaged in mining of diamonds and from activity which are confined to display of uncut unassorted diamond to a notified zone in notified by central government. What they are saying, foreign company, India invites you, please help us in mining of diamond because you are engaged in the activity of mining of diamond. Why they will invite others? Because foreign company, you have to agree they are good in technology. Till now, they are better than India in technology. So we invite a foreign company, come do the mining of diamond in India. After mining, if you even display these diamonds where uncut, unassorted, that means that are not polished, uncut, raw diamond, if you display in the zone that central government gives you, this zone you can display. If you are displaying only in that zone, जहाँ central government बोलता है you are only displaying that in that zone, मतलब in that zone you are doing your publicity, okay, do that publicity in the zone where central government allows you, then in that case it is not business connection. Now what institute does? A foreign citizen is engaged, not foreign country. What institute has written? A foreign citizen is engaged in the business of uncut, unassorted diamond mining. It is a business connection. Why? They have specifically exempted business foreign company. They have not exempted foreign citizen. Understood? So first of all, let me know whether your agent should be independent or dependent. Tell me. Unmute yourself and tell me.
Independent.
Okay. So first point is my agent should be independent. Wholly, mainly, both or none?
Only or mainly.
Either wholly, either mainly, both तो हो ही नहीं सकता कि दोनों ही करा, वो तो एक ही कोई possibility, और none तो हो ही नहीं सकता. If it is none, then he is not having the business connection. Okay. Whether he has to habitually seek your order, yes or no?
Yes.
Whether habitually concludes the contract,
Yes, ma'am.
ये भी हो सकता है. Anyone, huh? Then whether he is the one who decides to whom this asset should be given for use, to whom this service should be allotted, to whom this thing should be given. That means he is deciding. So it is also considered business connection. Yes. Then he is the one who is maintaining stock for you. He decides to whom to deliver, what is to be delivered, to whom it is delivered. Everything is decided by this prani. Is it a business connection?
Yes.
So are you getting? This is the criteria of your business connection. Now, if I say this, that he is just coming to India to purchase the goods for the purpose of export, is it business connection? No. He is coming to India to collect what? News, to collect news and spread outside India. Is it? No. He is coming to India for shooting the cinematographic film. But one is Indian citizen and he is individual. Is it business connection? Don't even bother about
Yes,
no
ma'am.
business connection. If he is Indian citizen, then business connection. And if he is Indian resident, anyhow global income is taxable. Then he is the one who is calling some foreign company from outside India. That means it's a foreign company coming in India, engaged in, listen properly, engaged in mining of diamond, display uncut, unassorted diamond at every place that is possible for them.
No, ma'am.
No, no,
Ma'am,
not.
special economic zone.
Special economic nahi, the zone that is central
Specified
government
by
notified.
yes.
The zone that is notified by whom? Central government.
Central government.
Okay, so this is nothing. You have already done with your overall business connection ka concept. Giving you only 5 minutes. I want you to write everything. What is business connection? That 3 point. Habitually. Type of agent. Independent agent should be there. But write it in a rough copy. Don't mix with the concept wala copy. Then you have to write what is not business connection. Just 5 minutes I am starting for you, and start writing as if you are writing an exam. Start it. But don't see, huh? If you forget, okay, but don't see. Everyone mute yourself. Okay, starting with the timer. Your time starts now. Write in as much speed as possible. Completed? Completed? Amit, have you written?
Yes, madam.
Now I have given you, look, we don't make PDF out of it. Now I have given you that scanned copy of this from the book of Sir. Now read that on Telegram, it has been sent. Now again 5 to 10 minutes only for reading. Okay, now see whether everything has been done from your side. And if it is being done from your side, now this is the way of making the notes. First learn. First you have to learn everything and then don't see anything from the book. Now check what are the pointers you missed. Right now you have did this. Right now you have written without seeing, and in 5 minutes if you can write the entire concept, that is really very good. Now check what you have missed. Don't focus on significant economic presence that have been written in the book, that I will explain. I have not explained. Don't focus on significant economic presence. So allotting you another 7 minutes only to read and find out what you have missed. Now, whatever you missed, that is something your brain needs more attention, and write it down in that sheet that I forgotten this thing. Even I have learned. Getting? Okay. So allotting you another 7 minutes. Download कर लिया? Have you all downloaded from Telegram? Download it. Done? Akansha, Uday, Mohit, Sudhir, everyone done? Give me a thumbs up. So I'm starting with the 7 minutes now. Okay, read properly and identify your mistakes that you've forgotten. Done? Have you forgotten something? What?
I thought it was independent agent, ma'am, but independent agent will not expect.
Independent agent?
I will write like where he has made below transactions through independent agent in India.
Hmm.
But if he go by independent agent, then it is not a business connection.
If he goes by,
Independent.
you have written opposite.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. And what about Jana?
I have missed the word habitual only. I've written everything about habitual, but like this is done, but not written word habitual.
Habitual.
Yeah.
Amit, have you forgotten something? Unmute yourself.
Some keywords are missing.
Two words are missing. Ram,
Keywords.
what were you missing?
Ma'am, I missed that foreign company point that SEC zone I didn't mention, and in that film crew I didn't mention about the firm and the company.
You missed that point of foreign
That firm
company.
and firm and company where that point I missed, and that independent status I actually misinterpreted, ma'am. They have mentioned that independent status it's not a business combination where he'll be acting as a broker. I understood the point, but where what they are
Misinterpreted
trying
it.
to, yeah.
Okay, Priya.
मैम वो वाला पॉइंट ये शूटिंग ऑफ सिनेमैटोग्राफ
Means you also missed something. Abhishek.
यस मैम, ये मेंटेन स्टॉक वाला पॉइंट छोड़ दिया और फिर उसके बाद कुछ एडिशनल पॉइंट मैंने लिख दिए जैसे
ओके, मतलब छूटा कुछ, तुम्हारा भी छूटा. उदय.
Ma'am, I missed out on first point where it says it must have authority in India and habitually exercised in India. And in last point of which is not a business connection, the mining of diamond I've written as by a foreign company.
Okay. Mohit. Unmute.
Ma'am, I have forgotten the stock wala points and diamond cutting.
Okay. Akansha.
I have written that habitually maintain stock in secure order.
Means you also forgotten something, na? Are you getting 100%? Just you listen, and if you do not read, you do not write. It is again a chota sa eye-opening session for you only. What I'm trying to realize each and every student, then whenever you study, many of the students nowadays listening to only the videos. They are just busy in listening to the videos. If you fail to write, if you fail to learn at that point only, what was it a very big time lag between you learning with me and just writing? And still 100% of the student has forgotten almost 2 points. Minimum 2 points you have forgotten. Right now, I have even though not checked your language also. I don't know, I might find the mistakes in that also. So how could you expect when your classes get completed at least 7 months, 6 months, 3 months, and you still expect that if you are not writing, you are not revising, you are just listening, would you be able to write correctly during the exam? Even though you prepare very much in exam time, do you have that all the analysis in your brain? Because this is the proof, in 1 minute you can forget many things. Even though I have, put emphasis on word habitually many a times. Many times I've said foreign citizen, nahi foreign company. Many a times independent wala I have explained. 2 to 3 times I have given you this thing. I have speaked about it 2 to 3 times. After 2-3 times also you have forgotten. You yourself know the importance of writing and then checking by your own that where you are lacking. See, I have already given this strategy in my videos many times. Many times मैंने audio भी बनाया है, audio में भी students को I have told this strategy that first read, first learn, then recall. Right now it was the process of written recall. Now you've forgotten, and I bet you would not forget it again. I bet you would not forget, because now you know this was my mistake. And that is the actual way of studying any subject. So take an oath that never ever you will make summary notes by opening the book like this. Never ever. First of all, learn the things properly. And as a 6th, 7th, 8th class student does not, when he learns, he write it without seeing the things. That is the way you will improve your writing skills. The whole way. In 5 minutes, you have written overall concept. That means speed is going good. But we have to be very precise. Why I will like my 1 marks to be deducted? No, it might be 59. I want it to be 60. It might be 39. I want it to be 40. It might be 199. Dukh hoga bahut. It has to be 200. Are you getting that 1 mark plays a vital role, and we have to be precise on every point over here. So I hope my purpose of spending this half an hour only on this thing, making you learn without writing, making you write, making you read, has been served. Done. So yesterday you have understood that you are unable to apply the applications. You know the concept, but you fail to apply application because you are not habitual. Now, second demo for you, the second eye-opening session was, don't just listen. You have to apply this without seeing the book. You have to start writing and then check what you have forgotten and make a list that I've forgotten this word, I've forgotten this, I've forgotten this. Excel on your mistake. The things you have already done does not require any excellence. The thing you forgot, the mistake you make require excellence. Done? Done with the eye-opening session 2. Many are coming on the way. Wait and watch. But this was the 2 things for you. Okay? Now, I'm starting with one of the very important concept again in section number 9 only. And that is related to interest. That is related to fees for technical service and royalty. Okay? I will be explaining this in compiled form because it has to be understood in compiled form only. Now, as I have already told you that in section number 9, what they are trying to include. In section, don't write, first of all, only understand the concept. This PDF will be provided to you. Only improve your listening and understanding skills right now. See. First of all, my pointer related to section number 9. What was my pointer related to section number 9? That it is mainly applicable to whom? Non-resident. It is mainly applicable to whom? A non-resident. Then in section number 9, I had made you understand this thing very clearly, that it includes your PGBP income also. Your means this. Hey non-resident, if you are having business connection in India, if you are having what? Business connection in India, in that case, your PGBP income, even though received outside India, even though accrue outside India, whatever, deemed to be received or deemed to be accrue arise in India only. Now, second, we are moving towards interest income. Now, don't write, we are moving towards royalty. We are moving towards fees for technical service. Now, these are the 3 pointers I have to explain you. Interest, royalty, fees for technical service. Now, what they are saying, here non-resident, if a government, if my Indian government is providing interest, if my Indian government is providing royalty, if my Indian government is providing fees for technical service to a non-resident. If my government is providing, so government will never leave you like that. If you are emptying their pocket, they would obviously want you to pay the taxes. So they are saying, if interest is paid by my government to you, interest on what? We will see. If royalty is being paid by my government to you, we will see. If they are paying you fees for technical service, in that case, hey, non-resident, your this interest, royalty, fees for technical service, even though received outside India, even though you receive it outside India, even though it accrue outside India, arise outside India, we are not concerned. Why we are not concerned? Because you made government pay for it. So it is deemed to accrue arise in India only, and you have to pay the taxes. अभी बिल्कुल क्या है, normal level. It's very, very, very normal level. Okay, there are certain things in it, there are certain conditions, but a normal level ka thing that is deemed to accrue arise in India. Okay. Now, who is paying? If a resident is paying for this instead of government, if a resident is paying, again what? If a resident is paying this interest, if a resident is paying this royalty, if a resident is paying what? This fees for technical service. Now, who is doing all this thing? If my resident is paying all this thing to whom? If my resident is paying all these things to non-resident. Again, resident is paying, nexus is in India. A non-resident, my resident is paying you interest, he is paying royalty, he is paying fees for technical service. It would be deemed to accrue arise in India. Again, there are certain conditions, but this is the base. There are certain fillers we have to fill, but this is the base. Now what? If this is given by, if all this interest, royalty, fees for technical service, that means all these things are given by whom? If given by a non-resident only, government समझ में आता है कि government is in India. Resident समझ में आता है that resident is of India. But if a non-resident paying to a non-resident, what is the nexus over here? By a non-resident paying interest to another non-resident, non-resident paying royalty to another non-resident, fees for technical service paid by a non-resident to another non-resident. Now I have to check that what is the resident, what is the nexus over here, what is the relation because of which again a non-resident deemed to accrue arise in India. So first of all, my first and very first point is to make you understand who is paying this thing. Either government will pay, either resident will pay, either non-resident will pay. And what are they paying? Either they are paying interest, if not interest, royalty, if not royalty, fees for technical service. Is that clear? Now, understand one thing very clearly and very simple. Whether it is fees for technical service, whether it is your interest or whether it is your royalty, if my government is paying now, government will not leave you. We want always, always, always that non-resident, suno, hey non-resident, just listen. My government is paying you interest, fees for technical service or royalty. It is deemed to accrue arise in India always without any condition. Understood the common thing, the base, because government is paying, they want taxes. Second, if a resident is paying them, I am a resident, I am paying a non-resident interest. I am paying what? A non-resident interest. For what? Because I have taken loan from him. Because I have taken loan from him, I am paying him interest. So if a resident pays what? A non-resident interest for the loan he has taken. Now it depends on the use, whether that resident is using that loan in India for his business profession or whether that resident is using that loan outside India for the business and profession. Because if you have taken loan from non-resident, this is the loan. In my hand, this is money. If I'm applying this in my classes, I am a resident, I have applied for the business in India. That means that money is applied in India and you are earning interest from the Indian nexus because business kidhar, business in India. Then if that interest, hey non-resident, then that interest will be deemed to accrue or rise in India. Have you understood the concept? Because non-residency here loan, itna sara loan, ye lo, pura kahan gaya classes mein. That means in India I have applied it. Now I am giving chota sa part out of my income as an interest to that person. No, ruko, you give the taxes here because India can access. Got that? Now, what would happen if this resident applies this loan? I am resident, this is my loan. Now in Dubai, I have opened a class and entirely I am giving that money where? Dubai. Dubai is outside India. Taken loan from non-resident by a resident, applied outside India. Nothing is in India. Nothing is in India. It's just a resident has taken loan, applied to a business that is outside India. Now, if I am giving him interest, that will not be deemed to accrue or rise in India because nothing is in India. No activity taken place in India. Understood this concept? So first, government paying always, irrespective of anything. Government is paying because government of India, resident is paying, you have to pay. Then if resident is paying, we have to check what is the purpose of that resident, whether he applies in India or outside India. If outside India, leave him. Leave who? Not resident, leave that person, that non-resident, that this interest income is not deemed to accrue or rise for you. Understood? Now, another thing, if I am now non-resident, taking loan from a non-resident, I am also a non-resident, I am taking loan from non-resident, there is no nexus of residential status. Now what? They are saying, you have taken loan, I am a non-resident. Now it depends on me. What I have done, I have taken loan and purchased shares of Indian company. Now listen to me very properly. I have taken shares of Indian company. Suppose if this is the scenario, I have invested in India. Foreign direct investment. It is foreign direct investment in India. And if you are saying like this, now it is deemed to accrue or rise in India. Foreign direct investment will not come. They will get demotivated that actually we are investing in India. And you are charging tax saying that it is deemed to accrue or rise in India. In that case, they won't not come, they would get demotivated. So basically only in interest part, only in interest part, they have excluded this thing that if a non-resident takes loan from outside India, if invest in other sources to earn income, that is not deemed to accrue or rise in India. That is logical. They want our be a foreign direct investment, they want to increase. So that is the reason they have excluded. It is not deemed to accrue or rise in India. But again, I am non-resident, taken loan, and I have applied in the business in India. It is deemed to accrue or rise. Only when you invest in India just to increase the foreign direct investment, they have excluded this thing. Understood this thing? So interest, government is paying interest, always deemed to accrue or rise in India for that non-resident. Government ki jagah, resident is paying check. What is the intention of that resident? Would he apply in India? Yes. A non-resident deemed to accrue or rise in India for you. He is applying in Dubai, that is outside India. Non-resident, leave. It was just a transaction, nothing else. Then, non-resident, applying for investment purpose. I have taken from non-resident, applying for the investment purpose. Oh, we want foreign direct investment. This is just a reason. Huh? Don't write it in your copy, in your answer sheet or somewhere. This is just the logic I am giving you that why they frame this kind of things. Many times I find students writing all these things. This is just to remember, don't learn the subject. Logic I am explaining you, okay? Don't do this a blunder mistake of writing all this thing over there. Okay? Chalo. So foreign direct investment they want to increase. In that case, leave, not deemed to accrue. Again, loan from non-resident. This is the loan from non-resident in business. Deemed to accrue or rise in India. Have you understood this concept? Only of interest. Now you have already understood what? Royalty and fees for technical. Why? If Just I am substituting the word interest with royalty and fees for technical service. Given by government. Oh, given by government, always deemed to accrue or rise in India. Given by resident, see the intention. If applying in India, always non-resident deemed to accrue or rise in India. If non-resident, whether applies for business, whether for other source, whether applies that royalty income for business or whether that non-resident applies for other source, not at all concerned, always deemed to accrue. Why I have told you now, only loan पे लिया हुआ investment that has been accepted. Otherwise, everything, if we are giving you royalty, you spend that royalty in India for investment. You why they have excluded loan wala part only? Because you are taking loan for Indian investment. Wow, non-resident, just because you wanted to invest here. That is the reason. But royalty is not something a loan. Royalty, why we are paying? We are actually giving him income. We are actually giving them the income. Are you getting? But in loan, they are actually giving India the investment. Getting the base of the concept. Then, what about fees for technical service? Same. Fees for technical service by government, always deemed to accrue or rise in India. Fees for technical service by resident, check the intention of the resident. Fees for technical service by non-resident. What you have to see? Non-resident, whether it applies in India for the business or for other sources. But what if non-resident has taken loan and again applied that fees for technical service, royalty outside India? Not at all concerned. It is not deemed to accrue or rise in India. Have you understood this concept? It is simple. SIF learn one thing. In interest, foreign direct investment, they want to increase, and that is the reason they have said a non-resident taking loan from outside India, investing in India, you are not deemed to accrue or rise in India. Your income is not deemed to accrue or rise in India only to that point. Only for that point. Now, Institute has given questions related to this. Yesterday, you have only seen. They have framed a very good question on this point. Okay, that was your, again, eye-opening session yesterday. This kind of question might come. Second, you have to be very precise about what is technical service, what is royalty. Just on that definition of royalty, just on that definition of fees for technical service, they frame question. And first of all, you have to identify whether it is royalty or whether it is fees for technical service. Once you identify this is royalty, then you have to check this royalty given by government, this royalty given by non-resident, this royalty given by resident. Who is giving that royalty? That means, are you getting? When it comes to DT, first identify the person. Once you have identified the person, then only you would come to know which rule you have to apply, which concept you have to apply. Is that clear? Giving you 4 minutes to 5 minutes to write down this entire thing, because then we will move towards what is royalty, what is fees for technical service. Write down quickly in 5 minutes. As much detail as possible. Start writing quickly. For interest, fees for technical service and royalty. अभिषेक जल्दी लिखना है, हंसेंगे बाद में अपन। Done. Done. एक मिनट बस मैं तुम्हें सेंड कर रही हूँ. Now again, not now, but you have to check it that whatever the things are that you have forgotten. So every time we will be completing a concept, I will give you time to write, and at home it would be your task to check what you have missed. Second, for the revision purpose, it would never be a revision orally till we have completed at least 5 to 7 revision of a concept. For an example, right now we have completed residential status very well. So your task for this tomorrow, I have given you task for what? Completing the test again. Add half an hour to that again. Now you will apply 1.5 hour timer. Those who have yesterday given the test, it is only for them. And those who have actually completed my residential status part from the YouTube, you can also do the same thing. I will give you the questions. Question bank will be provided. Only see the questions. Put a timer of 1 hour for all the questions. Those who are giving it again. Okay. And half an hour extra you have to put. That should be in continuity. You cannot take break. It would be 1.5 hour paper for you. You have to write entire concepts of residential status of individual, residential status of company, residential status of home, as well as income computation ka format you have to write again. That means whenever I will be giving you a task for previous things we have done, it will always be a written revision. And many a times you write, many a times you will find that already your presentation and writing skills, everything getting improved. Okay, so you have to just commit yourself to the hard work. You have to commit yourself to hard work. No shortcuts in this class. I am strictly against any kind of shortcut. Okay, done? Now, yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can I do the task tomorrow, ma'am? Because today evening I'll be having another.
Try to at least cover some parts. Okay, try to at least cover. And tomorrow there will be no IDT class, and DT class will not be held on Sunday. So everyone should remember IDT not on Saturday, on Sunday no DT class. So you can just do that very well. Okay, now I'm moving towards those who have not done this, that they have just understood the concept of residential status. For them, you have to apply an exact timer of how many questions were there? There were 7 questions, right? 6 to 7. 7. I have given 15, 10. You have to apply overall 1 hour 45 minutes. 1 hour 45 minutes for the questions. Okay? And I will share with you the link of that video. The timer that has been allotted in that, you should follow that. That would be much better. The link will be shared to you, not those who have already done. To Uday, to Amit, to Mohit. I will share the link to you. Follow that video as has been told in that. and just solve the concepts. Okay, but promise yourself, whether you are getting 0 also, but don't peek into the answer. Okay, it is okay, we will get 0, but answer नहीं देखना मतलब नहीं देखना. ठीक है?
Okay.
Sure. Now starting with the very good concept again, that is covered where, that is covered in this portion of royalty. As I have already told you, if interest is payable by government, if interest is paid by a resident person, if interest is paid by a non-resident, then it would be treated as deemed to accrue arise in India. That we have already done. Okay. These are certain analysis I will explain you, but time to time when there would be linkage of that concept. Right now, basically, I'm moving to what is royalty. First of all, what is the meaning of royalty? If you see here, this royalty definition goes like this. It is very lengthy. Am I required to learn this itna bada royalty ka definition? Obviously, it is not required. Just understand the context I am telling, and only that you have to apply in your question, not even a single word more than that. So royalty means, is it lump sum consideration? Yes, royalty can be lump sum consideration also. First point, see what I have highlighted. I want you to learn even the skills of highlighting. What you people do, you play wholly on that. Everything is highlighted. I don't know what are the words of keywords. Every line you find that is important. No. Learn the concept how to highlight. What I have highlighted only 2 words. That is royalty and lump sum consideration. That means royalty includes lump sum consideration and it excludes. What is it excluding? That is already chargeable under capital gain. Only 4 words. Next time when you revise, royalty, lump sum consideration included, what is excluded? If it is already chargeable under capital gain, then do not include it in this part. If capital gain chapter already covers the royalty ka portion, then do not include it here in section number 9. Simple. So 4 keywords. Royalty, lump sum included, exclude if it is already covered in capital gain ka chapter. Now, what I have to learn from this definition? Royalty is about transfer of all or any rights. If you transfer any right, royalty for patent, royalty for invention, royalty for design, for formula, are you required to learn all these things? No, you are not required to learn anything, just rights transferred with respect to these things. That is intangible. Right transfer with respect to all this intangible. Okay, I am not transferring the right, but I am giving them information related to that. Imparting of any information related to all this thing, that is also royalty. If you give all this intangible for use, that is also royalty. So 3 things. What you have done? Royalty lump sum hai? Yes, royalty is lump sum. If it is already covered in capital gain, would you include it? No, already capital gain will tax it. Then royalty, right giving, royalty. Giving it in on use, royalty. Imparting information from it, that is, if you take information and for that you are giving royalty. So imparting of information is also royalty. So 3 words: use, right, imparting information on intangible asset. Actually, they are patent, copyright, these are all intangible asset. Then imparting of any information. Again, it is imparting of information, but information relating to technical, industrial, scientific knowledge, experience, and skill. If someone is very technically sound, someone is technically sound, someone has scientific knowledge, someone has industrial knowledge. So what I should highlight? I should highlight only this thing, that imparting of information about the knowledge and skills of a person. And now this knowledge and skill relate to technology, industry, science, whatever, commerce. Basically, knowledge of a person you are using and giving him royalty. So again, either you are using the knowledge of a person, okay, either imparting information of the skills and knowledge, either intangible related use, intangible related right to use given, intangible related imparting of information, 3 words only. Use, write, impart. Again, you will find here that words only. That is imparting, use, right to use. Again, that same thing. Or transfer all rights. Again and again, you will find this only. So again, if you give intangible related ka right, if you give the right of imparting information related to all the same intangible assets, if you give them right to use all this intangible asset, if knowledge and skill is related to imparting information, if again this industrial commercial equipments, these are given on right to use, you use it, you have right to use it, this all this equipment. And last but not the least, any right is given to shoot a movie. Any right is given that you can shoot a movie and store it in radio, store it in tape, store it in any medium form. If you give any right, like you go to the Discovery Channel and you find that they are shooting many documentaries. Right have been given to them, then you can go there. Anyone cannot come at any place and shoot it. They have to take the rights of it. If you give them the right that you can shoot, and like Ramayana is a series, 2-3 hours ki series, something is there. He has given every particular detail about the Ramayana, that actually it is not a mythology. Actually, Ramayana has existed. That you will find on Discovery Channel. Was it possible to go to the Lanka of that Ram and all? It was not possible. He has given royalty for that. If a movie, you find that this PVR is playing a movie, is it playing as it is? No, royalty. They are giving the royalty. They are giving the royalty the right to play the videos, right to play, right to use. So basically, right, use, imparting information. Right, use, imparting information related to intangible, related to equipments, related to knowledge and skills, and related to this video tapes, audio, broadcasting, radio, that you can broadcast this thing. Can you use any song in any of your video? If I use a song in my videos now, YouTube will give me a copyright strike because I am not paying them royalty. So that is the concept being covered here. So just remember 3 words: right to use, given. Either right to use is given, or you have given the thing. Okay, use it. Or imparting the information, imparting information from that thing. It could relate to what? Knowledge and skill. It could relate to any intangible asset. It could relate to equipment used in science, equipment used in technology, equipment used in commerce. And video, audio, radio broadcasting rights you got. This is all about royalty, and any service related to this is also royalty. Any service related to all the above is also royalty, and that is the definition of royalty. You have to only and only go to the keywords, like this television tapes, video tapes, use. You have to go there, and service in connection to the above activity. This is what royalty is. Do read it again from the screen only, and those who are having this book, they can use it. Give a thumbs up when done. Done, everyone? Akansha, Amit, Sudhir, Subir or Sudhir? Jana? Now, the task I have already explained, entire residential and test, and rest for those who are new. If possible, give test. If you not possible, message me. Then you have to do entire revision till now of all the classes, so that you would be strong in all the concepts. Okay, done. So tomorrow no IDT, only DT. Okay, sure. Okay. And please do fill the registration form. Then only I will be able to give you the access of that drive link.
And timing is same for DT.
What?
Timing is same for DT.
Same. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.